been long I have this kind of headache. I've been having headache throughout today, and I've taken a lot of water. I know it's not malaria or either typhoid. So I've taken a lot of water. It's not coming down. Okay. No, 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 no. It's not even. It, Oga, see, when you talk about rest, although mental stress, yeah, there's mental stress, but I have supplement I usually take for my health, for my mental. When I have mental stress, I have therapy. What I usually do to just calm down everything. I've been into the business for more than 12 years now, so we know all the techniques to keep us going. So that's it. Okay. The last class we will be able to build this nice application at a point where we had issue regarding the background we are using, how to be able to make it a bit fence to accommodate our write up. I think we're able to add this this background button and this kind of a transparent color. So I'm going to be removing that transparent color and see how we can add a background, kind of a color in our background image. How we can be able to combine color and background. I think I did that in my I did that in my previous video, but I didn't actually use um I didn't actually use im- I didn't actually use image for that. What I did was to use grader to combine two colors together. But on this one, we are going to be combining both the color and the images. So kind of giving our image a dark color so that we can accommodate our write up. So this is what we are going to be doing now. Let's quickly jump to that. So um, I think this is our CSS. Or this is our CSS. No, this is not our CSS. Yeah, I've done that. I've started already. Trying to get our CSS. Let me check this out. Okay, I think this is our CSS, right? We tried using opacity to achieve that. It wasn't working. So all these people that are coming late, more than respect. Yeah, you can do that. You can use that. I just decided to use the container. You can yeah, you can, why not? You can use that. So you can use the body as the background image. You can do that. So it's nothing spoiled. You can still use that. You can still do that. But know that when you are using it, you need to give it a background height of 100 feet to be able to have the full, sorry, a full height, a full background height, a full height on your body. So you need to use 100 view height or viewpoint height also. So basically, what I want to do now is that um, we added we added background in our hero container. So when it comes to our hero container, you can see this dark background. I'm going to be removing that dark background now. Then we added this also, this background as well. So I want to see how I can remove the background for our hero container. This is just a continuation of our previous lecture. Those who did not attend Sunday's classes, who don't even attend classes at all, everything I'm doing here will sound foreign for you. This is a continuation of our previous classes. I just want to say it for those who are coming now. In last Sunday we are just about 30 something, but now we have 40 something. So about majority of people didn't come the last Sunday lecture. So let's get this hero container and see what we have there. Um, Down to the hero container. Okay, this is the hero container. and then we have this background, right? Then we have this let's say we have this um width of 60%. I'm going to be removing this background. Do you know the reason why we added this width? Because, and the reason why we added this, can anybody explain why you have this absolute here and this absolute right? Can anybody give us any reason? That was not the major reason. Now let me comment on these two elements, and let's see. Let me just delete it entirely. Okay, let me just comment. Sorry, I'm advocate of comment, so I'm just deleting. Most advocate, you should comment instead of deleting. And now I'm not deleting. So just like APC. Okay, now see what happened here, right? Okay, let me zoom that now. Let me zoom it. Out. Is it clear now? Okay. So what I did now to comment on uh, a position, then see what we have here. You can see we have this background now aligned to the left. If you notice it, see it here, it's now aligned to the left as we remove the absolute position absolute, right? Right? So the work of the positioning absolutely to be able to align the to position the element um to position the element to either left or right center to any let's say any place we want. So that is actually the work of the absolute, and absolute has properties like top. Top means to add. Okay, let me just do something here. I'm removing this. Huh? And when I remove this what happened? We This container went up. So now in a situation where we have this, and we want to take this to center. This is when we use absolute. So absolute have right and left, top and down. We can take this element down, we can take it top, we can take it left, we can take it right if you have absolute. But when you don't have absolute, it's not the same case. Now let me show you guys something. Now we also added this width, 100% width here, is because to be able to reduce the weight of the background. So if you have the 100% um, um, on this container, the background will will have 100%, the 100% of this width, and the background will also have 100%. Now, what I want to do now is that in a situation where we find ourselves, if we find ourselves in this such situation, what are we going to do? I'm removing everything entirely. Now, what we are going to do here is very simple, and it's very simple. You don't really want the background to have the entire 100%. You just need kind of 60 or 50% of our background. Now, when we add 60% here, what happens is that this container would then move to the left. This is what happened. God have mercy. This head is getting too much. Trump, Trump, oh, I beg get me two pure water, beg. Okay, we're having this width of 60%. Then this is what we have here. Please give me um two pure water. I'm having a headache. Okay, now this is what we have here. Our background float to the left when we added it to 60%. In the situation where we want to bring this to center, we will add what we call absolute. absolute. So now let me show you guys what the absolute. So I'll say position to be absolute. Then we also have fix. We have screw. So um it all depends on the situation you find yourself. Give me two pure water. You're taking another one. Come on, give me that. Close the door. So it all depends on the situation you find yourself. Now, when you moved it to absolute, nothing happened. But in the back end, you automatically have these properties to float, to move to move to left, right, either left, right, top. So let me add top. Let me say top, just top. Usually without this absolute, if you comment on this absolute and add top, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. If you can have any, did nothing still happen, right? Um, Nothing still happen. Are we together? Man, this way. Okay. Okay. Right. Now let's move this thing back to absolute. Then absolute top. What happen is that it will give this man a top margin. Bring this man down. Let's say okay, absolute top. Instead of using a pixel, let's just use percentage, so that we'll not start. Okay, imagine that. Okay, I say okay. Let me just say top, and I put 20 pixel here. Sorry guys, top 20 pixel, or let's say 100 pixel here. Then pixel. Let's see what happen. Now you have to start. What is happening there? Let me check. Hmm? Okay, 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 okay. Okay. It should, even though that is not semi column, it should work. Absolute top. Okay, let me. Everything we are working is okay. Absolute. Then let's say absolute right. Let's just use left for instance. Left 200 pixel. Let's see what happen. So if I add left, let's see what happen. You take this element to left. Now if I add right now, change it to right. We'll come to top later. You see what happen? You take this element to right. Now if you change this thing to top, top should be able. I maybe top should be able to work with when we have left and right. Okay, see what happened with the top, right? Yeah, yeah. You take this element. Do you see what happened to the top of our container as we added up? So it takes the element top. I think 100 pixel is a bit smaller. That's why it didn't say it. So when you add 100 pixel, it's a bit smaller. That's why it didn't reflect. So basically, that's the work of absolutes. You can, when you add absolute um, on your container, you'll be able to move that left, right, bottom, and center. Now, another thing I'm going to do here is that instead of using pixel, let's just use percentage, so that we just work on our percentage. We know what percentage does. So 50%, this is what happened in 50%. So this is what we have. We have the 50%. We have the container placed in between the 50% of our of the weight of our our header of browser. So just our container, let's say the container, the parent container. Now we're also going to do, yes, let's say the right, or should be left, right? We are we are moving this to this side, so it should be left. So let's say we have the left. The left should be 50% also. Then let's see what happen. Okay. It's too much, right? Um it's too much. Yeah, we just see 20%. Okay. So this is what we have here, right? It's almost the same. I just want to recap our previous class to understand the reason why we use the absolute. Most people, when you see the absolute, you may be a bit confused, not knowing why we use this the absolute. Now you now have the clear understanding or the basic understanding about absolute positioning. So you should be able to do more research regarding that. But the reason why we use this positioning, we all know the reason. So what I'm going to be doing now is to I'm actually going to be removing this background. I don't longer need the background. Also here too, I'm going to be removing the background. I don't longer need the background. So let me do that quickly. So this I'll just comment on this. Then if we go back, you see that we still have this nice background with bits color, this particular element here. And if you notice, we are not seeing our right of very clear, so we just need to walk. Yes, the only one. So what we need to do now is to work, not work on our work on our image, our hero image or our slide image, to see how we can darken that image so that um it can fit our write up to avoid not seeing the elements they write up very clear. We're also going to be duplicating the same thing here by removing the background also. Um, in our header, we have to walk straight to header. To header, I'm trying to check how we have our header. What is the header? Is it header or UL? It's not header, it's UL, sorry. It's UL. Hmm? Right? Well, we all know that the UL, this is what we have the UL. We actually added, the our header um is including the logo. Sorry, including the logo, right? No, no, no. Wait, hold on. The thing is, our header is including the logo and this UI. So we added that in UL. We added the background just uh between around this container. Then that should be here. I am doing this. So now, what we are going to be doing now is to work on our background image. We are going to be using the same background image, but we are going to be combining color and our background. Let's see how we can do that. In a situation where the image you are using is brighter and it's contradicting any color you used, this is what you should do to be able to add color on the background to make it a bit darker so that to enable you use the same image. So we are going to come in here. So this flex container actually is where we have this flex container. This is the flex container here. What's the flex container? Okay, this is the flex container. It houses all our div inside here, from the logo down to the hero container. So we added the background here in our previous class. What we did was to add a background and then a height. What I'm going to be doing here is the background name is background, right? So basically you can remove this or you can work from this. Let me remove this. Just know the name of the image you are using, this background. So what I'm going to be using here is still going to be background image, but I'll use what we call linear grounded. We've used this before in our previous class, but we didn't add image, right? Um, I'll come in here. We are going to be using two background here. You can use more than two, you can use more than three. So I'm using just two background inside the column here. So I say red. We have this red background, which I'm going to change to black. Hmm? Change to black. So to add another background, I have to put comma here. I will also red. Are we together? All right. So now we are done with this. Let's see what happened. We should be able to have a dark. Let me. Okay, I have to close this first. I have to close this. Then. So this is what we have here. We have this dark color. Oh, the color is too much, but notwithstanding, we work on it. You can just reduce the color. You can just still reduce the color. So let's see. Go back and see what is happening. The color too faint. Is it too faint not to show? Hmm? No, no. Ah, no, it's not now. Let's try that again. Like seriously, no, it's not. We're having a problem here. It's not. Let's see if we have any error. No, there's error here. We have error here. Let's try to. Um. Okay, okay, okay. Try to see this. Okay, this is what we have. So let's change that to. Let's faint it a little. I'm fainting this color a little. I'm also doing the same thing here. Okay. So this is what we have. Um, let's bring in our. I needed it to a bit darker, a bit darker. Let's bring in our picture, our background. Okay, let's bring in our background. Then if we bring our background, then we can then control that from there. I don't know if I bring this in here, it will affect it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it's okay. All right. So here, what I'm going to do is here I'm going to add URL. Hmm, inside the URL dot slash image background. I think it's what we have here. Hmm. Okay. So this is what we have here, right? Hmm? That's what we have. So we can still walk around with our color to make it more darker. So see what we have here. Hmm? The top, then the bottom also. We can see make it more darker. I'm just trying to play around so that you understand what the grounded does. So you can see, but guy is no longer visible. So basically that is bring this a bit brighter. Then this also a bit brighter. Then you see what we have here, right? We still have our color, but now we can see our background very well. I hope that have resolved our problem. Blessing, blessing. Where is blessing now? Blessing. I hope that we're able to resolve our problem. At least it's more professional than before, right? So I just decided to do this so that we can also learn. It's okay. Okay, let's check the responsiveness of this. I think we'll judge the responsiveness and we'll call it a day. I'm having serious headache. We'll judge the responsiveness and um, I'm call it a day. So okay, when you look at eh? No, no, no. Man of God, great man of the Most High. It's not the earn me. Oh. Oh, man of God, it is well. All right. Okay, now when you notice here, we have this. So what we are going to be doing now is very simple. We are going to be building a mobile responsiveness, and the previous class lesson ask. You know, so all this while we have been doing responsiveness, but the responsiveness we are doing is just not really. It's not actually the header response have not been real life experience. So we are going to be adding a real life experience, adding a kind of JavaScript, you know, just basic JavaScript, two line of code, no, no, no fear. But I will make sure that you understand. You trust me now. I'll make sure that everything I'm teaching this night, you understand it. So that is it. Now, okay, okay. Let that clap. Let's clap. That church, yeah, clap well, well. That the church people they clap almost every minute. Clap for Jesus, clap, clap, clap. Clap for pastor. Ah, evangelist is in church, yeah. Is well, sha. Okay. Um. So what we are going to do basically just try just let hit up, let hit up. So for the purpose of responsiveness, I will be or like be what is all this now, Oga? Oga, what is your own now? Okay, I have to just drag this way. Okay. We are building responsiveness now. So responsiveness should so this is what this I hope you guys are seeing my screen very well, Abi. Okay, okay. All right. Let me read this a little. No, no, no. All right. Okay. Let's proceed on the responsiveness. Okay. We have more things to go header, blah blah blah. This code menu, code menu. Okay. All right. Starting from here. So we want to start building our responsiveness tonight. So what we're going to do is add media and screen. Then then we have this maximum, maximum weight now. So then 700 pixel. All right. The maximum weight 700 pixel. Let's try if our our responsiveness, our screen, our media is working. So what we need to do is to that flex. Sorry, dot container flex. We need to just okay background image to none. If it work, that means it's working. It's working, huh? It's working, Abi? Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to be doing something different this night. I'm not trying to use inspect. Instead of clicking here and coming back, let me just use inspect. Let's check this out. So inside our inspect, um, I'm going to be working more of inspect tonight. So inside our inspect, we have the header. So when you notice now, when I click on header, what are you seeing? Please explain to me what you are seeing. Hmm? Yes, yes. So it means that in the header, so when you open the header, you see we have this logo, and we have this what's it called? This uh nav. So I'm going to I'm going to be remember we use flex in our header. And we know that in flex, if you want to, we have column and row, right? So I'm going to be changing this header to flex, the flex to be column. So we have this class header here. So quickly let me do that. I have mercy on me this night. Which kind of header is this one? Um Flex direction to column. So this is what we have, right? We have this column. We have this column here. We have this column. So basically, this is what we have. Um, the column here. So also we are going to be like the image. We are going to moving the image to the left, and then we are going to also like converting this UL and LI to convert it like to a block element. Let me actually explain what I'm actually what I mean earlier. So what I mean was that is that one of the job I did. Okay, let me go to this. Okay, now when you look at this job now, this one I just finished building. That was my last project. So now, and when you look at this job now, let's look at the responsiveness. You notice that when we change it to this, the what's that call it? Um, the header is not showing, right? The header disappear. That when you click on this, the header, please, no, na mute na bake. Header they worry me na the oh. Who is this person now, Oga? I'm having a deck. I beg, I just got to pick. Am I using earpiece? Eh? Now, when you click on this, you will notice that it will drop down a bit. When you click on this, it will go over. So what you are going to do basically, our image, you notice our image is actually in the left, right? Eh? In the left. So we are going to be moving the image to the left. then uh, then changing our element like this is a block. This is what we call block, right? Initially it's block, it's a block arrangement. So we're going to also change our ul and li to block. Let's do that quickly. um okay, come back to our job, our project. Trying to okay, so let's quickly do that. Okay, think this our block here. Okay, that should be the logo, right? Yeah. The class is logo. Move ahead to the logo. Dot logo. The weight should be 100%. So weight should be 100%. So have you seen it here? Um, so we change the weight to 100%. Guys, this head is too much. Oh. We change the weight to 100%. Then So we're going to change this to block. Now when you right click here, um we have your UL abi, UL and LI. You know that these things are block elements. So let's convert this to block. So these are quickly. So UL, LI, display, um, block. You see what we have here, abi? Hmm? Have you seen it? So let's try to let me try to just add a background here so that we can see. I'm just trying to add a background in our you I will remove the background later, but I want to use it for some just experiment. Let's just add background in our yeah, I want to use to experiment, black background and see. I want to use for experiment. So let's just try. Okay, we also need to like okay, let's try to convert it to 100%. Let's try something here with 100%. Okay, this is what we have here. So I want actually need to convert it to 100%. Let's see if we add the 100%, the UILI will it work? Let's try that with 100%. Okay, it will not work. So let's move it back to UL. So I'm just trying to do experiments. Right. So this is 100%, right? So this is 100% we have here. Um, Let me try something. Display inline block. Okay, that was okay. So this is what we have here, Abi. Hmm? So we can decide to like if we come to this one here, you see this one is in the left. Have you seen it? Huh? Huh? It has the background. Hmm? Please, this thing I'm doing is very. I will not teach this again. No. So you better pay attention. I will not teach this thing again. That part I'm recording, but I will not teach it again. Um, I will not teach this again. So this is what we have. You can decide to add a background, decide not to. So we're going to I think we if you notice well, this our welcome to work on it. Then also, if you notice well, we don't have a back like our background is not full, right? So we need to add a bit of that now. But I don't really want this style. You can decide to move this to the left. So it depends on the design you want. If the design you want, you can decide to move that to the left or to the right. Okay, let me just do something now. Come to UL here, and I decide to say, okay, uh, alignment, test alignment. Hmm? So let me move it to the left, to the right rather, so that you see something. Now, see what we have here, Abi? So it's different design, right? And you can see what we have. So let me move that to center. So I'm using center as my design. So this is the design I'm using for now. So but should I add background? If you want, you can add background. If you don't want, you can still leave it. So I'm not using background, but I'm still going to leave it to 100% to 100%. So if you want, you can add background. If you don't want, but I think let me actually add background. But my background is going to be very faint, like a bit transparent background, and so this is what we have. I think it's better off now, Abi. Hmm? And I don't want this. I don't really want all this all over. We'll come to this. We'll come to this now. Blessing may ask, what about uh, the how's they call it, the navbar button, like the navbar icon, where you will click, it goes up, it goes down. We are going to do that. Let's just take it bit by bit. I know Blessing will be asking. Say this man no add NASBA. You and you and Ndufreke. Ndufreke will teacher, I no want ask NASBA. So I will come to that. So okay, let's work on this. Let's work on this. How are we going to fix this now? So we have to call the container, right? So we all know the container. So that I'm doing this so that when I'm using any class, say where this big head getting the class from. Uh-huh. So most of you know that my head and my mouth is very big. The way it take big now, so I take the chop. All right. As I take the chop and nigga. All right. I'm going to copy this now. So I'm going to copy that. That's the class that have all our elements. So I'm going to copy that. So let me do that from up. I just did that from up though. Let me do that from. I just decided to. Maybe if I down for bottom, it not go work. Okay. A height. I cannot do minimum height or any of this height. Let's say 100 vs right x v 100 what v okay x. So let's see what happen. So you need to increase this. The one we have earlier is 100. We need to increase it like 120. So you just need to like increase a little. Also, say 150. 150 work for us. We have 150 here. 140. Okay, I think this is okay now. Is it okay, right? Is it okay? Mm. Work on that. That is no problem. We're going to work on that. Um, we're going to work on that. So, another problem we're having here is that you need to reduce all this. You need to reduce all this. Let's say that you reduce. Yeah. You reduce the font. So we need to just reduce the font. So that's what we are going to do to just reduce the font. Um, let me just I don't even know what we use here. Let me check. Okay, hero hero container H. This one is H1. Come, madam, off close this door now. What is all this now? Trump. Hold on, abeg. Put up your mouth there. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, we have container, hero container, then H1. Okay, so what we are going to do is um okay, hero container. The hero container should have hero container. Then the padding top. Let me try that. Should be 20 pixel. What happen here? The padding top. Let's try like 30 pixel. Okay, that is okay, have you? Or should we add more? Then should we add more? Like, come and get out of here. Come close that door. Okay, all right. The next font size to 20 pixel. Okay, this font size shouldn't work here. So you just have to cut the element individually. So I have to copy and add the own font size. So just try to copy. Then each one, right? Font size. Let's just reduce the font size for each to 20 or 10. Then it's to 20. I think it'll be okay. Um, um, 25. Okay, 25 is okay. 25 is okay. Then okay, guys. Another thing I want to do is to remember earlier we used about 60% on this, right? On this, like the weight of this div was 60%, right? Was 60%. So let me just say weight 100%. You can see let's have a kind of a balance, so they can have balance. Just if I comment on it, notice something. Notice that when they come here, this man, we are having 50%. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Um, that most of you don't understand. Um, okay, what is that? What is that? Please, where do we add that? Header. That should be Hilo. Which one we meet again? Don't come again. Okay, this is what I have here. Have you seen it? 60%. So in the month, I want it to be 100%. Are we together? Hmm? Are we together, guys? So, Bless, I want to hear your voice now. Are you together, Blessing? Yes, sir. Okay. All right, let me comment on this. If you notice that we have 100%, Abi, hmm? Hmm? We have 100%. So, we have 100% here. I think what we are going to do is to, is try to say text align. Let's try text align center. Would that work? The origin center. So what we need to do is to add try to add absolutes and bring this to right. So try to add absolute position to be absolute. Then so what you are going to do is to right, Abi. That right, Abi. Hmm? Is that right or left? 20 pixel. Let confirm. Let me type. Let me try 100 pixel instead of 100. Is that right? Okay, that should be right. So 30%, 50%, 20%. Let's try left. This is like not working. Let's try left. Left, left, uh, left 1%. Okay. Okay, 2%. Okay. We also need to try to move this top, top, 2%, percent. Ew. Let's just not go there. Let's just not go top. Let's just not go top. So let's try. Let's just instead of using this margin, instead of using this padding, let's try use margin and see margin top. Hmm? Margin top 20%. 20, say 30 pixel. Okay, Try this 35 pixel. Try getting a similar thing. Um, let Kuma go that to 40. Okay, then let's try to give padding here in this P. So H1 you have we have let's also try to give like margin bottom, padding bottom to this 20 pixel. Okay. Um, Now we can see we have more space here. We have more space here. I think we are good to go. Okay. Try to reduce this my try this my weight. Try to reduce that to let me reduce that again to 100. You know, as we started doing it, to increase it. Okay. Are we together? Please, Blessing, I want you to criticize this. Let me pause a little. Criticize. Okay, what we're also going to be doing now is to I want to remove all this over here. Like I don't want this under like this background, like this underline to show, and then the over should be red or maybe any yellow. So let me just remove this green entirely from the mobile. So let's do that quickly. Um, Here we have you need to see here we added this over. This over. Where do we add this over? Is it on li? Li, right? Okay. So quickly, I will say li ARB um over. So um let's say border to none. Remember in the system we have border, right? So everything is that the border is no longer there. So we can decide to give it color to see what we have, Abi. Hmm? So this see this thing is off color, guys. The green is better. We are using color right there. See, guys, let it tell one color. This green, I will be suggesting that this green, we should even change this green to red, either red, right? Like let it tell one color because we are using a lot of colors here. Me, I prefer color. When if you don't like my red, when you want to build your own, use a different color. Leave my red like that. So I want to change this one to red. Uh, I want to change the green to not on the mobile. I want to change it to all like uh, not on the mobile. What is it? This thing is button, Abi. Button, right? Okay, the first button. This one is red. Now this good is but it's fine. Oh, this thing. Ah, no change. Okay, okay, okay. Let me undo it back. Hey, oh, don't worry about that. I just undoing everything. Okay, button. Okay, this is over. Okay, but one background black, which has to be okay. Then okay, black. Okay, this is it. But I'll try to add that to red. Okay, then the color should be white. Mm. I think it's fair now. Abi. It's fair, right? Mm? Um, harmony. Whenever you want to, is it harmony? What's her name? Self? Blessing. Yeah, be doing your own. You add any color you want. Let's go with this. This my for me. I like this color. If you don't like it, don't consign me. Me, I like this color. All right. Um. mhm. Let's just. I also need to. Okay. I think this is good. This is good now, right? This is good. All right. Yes. 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 My dear sister. God bless you. The over is green, so I have to change it to. You don't concern you. You don't concern you. Red. Change it to red. Don't you know I'm a violent king? No, I tell you before. No, I'm now. All right. Okay. This guy. This thing is okay for me. It's okay now. Um. What is left now? What is left now to finish up our header? So I need guys. I need to get. I need to get. What does it call it? I need to get my. I need to get my. Please remind me now. Like this kind of icon. This icon. So we get that in awesome icon. Uh, is it font awesome? Abi? Okay. So I just need to copy my code. To copy my code, I have to come here, and it not my code. Any code can go. Just copy, manage kit, the web front. This place. Okay, I'll copy this. So this will be in between my head, the head of my element, not my own head. I beg. In between the, in between this head. Okay, I think I have it already here, right? Huh? So I have it already. So paste it here. Hmm? Uh, paste it here. I don't know when I copy this thing. No. Who can copy am now? Don't you not be my village people? Let me remove it so that so that when I add it, it may not work. So let me copy this one. All right. Okay. I need to go back to front also. Guys, this headache is too much. Oh. Okay. Whether they will like it or not, according to Nufreke, I must finish this class. About okay, this is what we are using. So there are a lot of bar here. So this is the one we are using, guys. So this is what we are using. So we have this here. So we have to come back to our browser. While we copying this, we are adding this um this. Let's check out this. So we are adding this in our head. Adding this here. Huh? So let me. It should be on our head or outside our head. Okay, let's add in our head. Let me create a div. Mm, our head, my brother, not only my own head. Sorry, this should be menu bar. Menu bar. Okay, all right. Okay, this is what we have here. Hmm? So adding it, let me add it before this man. You can add it here, add it. I want to add it before this man. After the logo. After the logo. Okay, this is what we have here. Have you seen it? How many of you have seen it here? Uh, you can change the color to white, or you can still leave. Let me change the color to white so that people like in the freck can see it. Right. Color, the color. So I have to copy this. Color should be white. Anywhere here. It's the file where I go add. Oh, they're not in the mobile. All right. Color to color, color white. Okay. Okay. Another thing, guys. I don't want this to show on the desktop. I only want it to show on the mobile. Are we together? I only want this to show on the mobile only. Yeah? I don't like this thing. Yeah, I want to bring it down. Like, let me keep it the way it is before. Me, I be violent king. Oh. See, it's the same thing. Oh, me, I don't just like it like that way. If you like it, I want it to be here, so that when I uh, so I thought we worked on this before. Now, what's that happen here now? Because of I added this thing. Wait, let me. But this man, I thought we worked on this man before now. We worked on all these things before now. We worked on all these things before. So what did we do? Okay, don't notwithstand the work on it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Okay, this is our icon, Abi. But I want to remove this icon. I want to remove this icon from this. I want to remove it entirely here. So what I need to do is to come back. Then the display will be nothing, like none. I don't want it to display. Yeah. So can you see the thing I've gone out, Abi? Uh, Abi? Okay. What you love, my brother. God bless you. So let's fire down. Let's go back to our mobile. So okay, it's like that. It's like that. It's like what happened earlier because that button we added, eh, that was displaying. Eh? It's not even the button that was displaying. Okay, the weight is not. Sometimes it's also good to. Um, let's go back to our mobile responsiveness. This our weight is a bit. Question, come and criticize again. You know, say like criticizing well, well. Okay, let. I don't. Wait. Let me try something. Let me try something. Uh, yeah, I think so. Um, let me let me come here and add padding. Okay, I need to just use padding top, left and center. So padding top, bottom, padding left, right. Okay, let me read padding bottom, padding left, right, 0 pixel. Padding left, right should be 0 pixel. So padding bottom to be 25. That is okay. Or maybe make it padding top, bottom. Padding top, bottom, 20 pixel. Eh? Let me just add pad. Let me just add. See what I will do. Padding bottom. Person will be laughing at me now. Say I told him not to change the color. Don't go change them. You see what you have caused it? You've seen it. All right. Okay. Um. Let's see. Margin top 20 pixel. That should resolve that issue. So let me take the 30 pixel because earlier it's actually affecting our margin button. So I think this is okay. Bless, I don't win you. All right. Um. So inside where? Blessing, where are you now? I think this is okay. It's not inside. It's not. Blessing. Okay. Okay, guys. If you noticed earlier, we removed our uh, bar, right? Like display to none. So we want you to display in our mobile. Don't mind me. I'm doing I'm doing it anywhere. So usually she organize it. Menu, right? Menu bar should be displayed to block. Excuse me, to block. So this is what we have here. If you notice here, you can't see it. Now we want to move this to top. Hmm? Like we want to move this man, right, to top. Are we together? Are we together, guys? We want to move this man. We want to move. We want to move. Blessing, where is blessing now? What is happening now? Blessing, blessing. Okay. All right, let's fire down. Let's fire down. Let's fire down, guys. All right. So I want to move this menu bar to top. I say position absolute. Position towards absolute. So um, then the absolute you cannot see it again. Just say top to 20 20 pix or 10 pixel. Um, Power button con. What is it con? Then right. Sorry, guys. It's just a top to 2 pixel. Then yes, people are seeing it here. Have you seen it here? Um, so when I move it to absolute, when I move to absolute, it now went up, Abi. Let me remove this absolute so they can see it, so that some people will not say, no understand what this man do you. Now it is here before. Then when I undo this absolute, it goes up to top to this place. Are we together? So, I would like to move it to the left, to the right rather. I can say right. Let's give me um 2 pixels and see. So have you seen it here? So let me give it a big space. Right again. Let me give it like 7. Then top also. I want to bring a little back top. 9 pixel. Is it okay? Blessing. Is it okay? Shamakusa Amaka, is it okay? Okay. Okay, 15. The top Abi. Amaka, I miss you. How are you doing now? Sorry. Um, let's see. 25. Okay, I think it's okay now. Then this should be 10. Mhm. All right. No, another thing we are going to do now is that we are going to okay, another thing we are going to do is that we are going to hide this man. Then when you click on it, it will come. When you click, when like we are going to hide this man entirely. But before I hide that man, I would like us to do something, guys. Please. I hope you guys are listening attentively because what we are going to do now, I've not done it before. I've not teach it before. It is the first time of teaching it. So that you not tell me say I don't understand. I know I'm recording it, but it's very important for us to learn. So now we have we have this. I want this thing to only show when they click on this button here. Another thing I'm going to do is that let add it a bit pointer like the way we have here. You remember we don't have it. We did not add any link, so let's add it a pointer. So is it is cos okay coso pointer. You can use pointer or you can use different kind. You can see we have pointer here, abi. You can use different kind of coso. You can use they have different kind of properties. You can use screw, copy, this one. So when you come, you see what we have here. So I'm using pointer. Pointer is the most popular one. So let me use pointer. So now another thing we're going to do is that we don't need this to display. Like we only want it when you click here, it will go off. When you click, it will come back, right? Are we together? So so what I'm going to do now is to hide this. Eh? To hide all these elements here. To hide this all these elements. Now let's look at the element that is housing this menu. No, it's not the li. The whole element is the ul. You want to give fake news now, apc. So so look at it. It's the ul. Let me make this bolder so that you can see it, guys. So it's the ul. It's the ul. So I'm going to work on the ul, guys. So it's the ul. So what I'm going to do here is that let me go down to the section where I'm doing ul so that my thing will not be like scatter scatter. um so I don't know if I do this here. Okay. I can do this here already. I have here already. I can say display to none. Hmm? Hmm? So display to none, the thing have disappeared. So it has gone, it has what? It has disappeared. Now when you click on this, it will come back. When you click on it, it will go off. So it has disappeared. Also, what we are going to do next is to see how we can, whenever you click on this, it will come in. Now we can't do this with CSS or either we can do this with HTML. Are we together? Are we together? Now we cannot do this with CSS, so either we can do this with HTML. Now what we need to do, I want to introduce you to another dimension of the class called JavaScript. Now JavaScript is also is a different programming language, but it's mostly used for dynamic website. Um, in our next edition, I'm going to be doing more of JavaScript. JavaScript will be on our curriculum, so I will teach those people because it's going to be a 4 months, a 3 months programs. So, like, so that we have enough time to do JavaScript. Due to we don't have more time, I'm going to be doing basically HTML and CSS here. But let me use JavaScript to do this quickly. Are we all together? Are we all together? All right. Now to add JavaScript, remember if you want to add CSS in your inline, like you want to use inline external CSS, you use what we call style, right? Open tower and close tower on style. But if I want to add, when I start shouting like this, that means the training is getting serious. Exactly. So you need to understand me. So if I want to add anything style, listen attentively. Let me make sure that I'm recording because this one is very, very important. Okay, I'm recording. So if I want to add style, if I want to add style, if I want to add script, so I just need to do script. Hmm? Now you can see after my body, after the body of my element. Now I'll use script. Everything I'm writing here is JavaScript, pure JavaScript. Some people will may be a bit advanced because most of you don't know this. Now, another thing also is that um, remember earlier we talked about ID and class. If you know all this one, what we have been using is ID. We've been using class, not ID, right? I mean, most people have been using ID. Now, ID is meant for JavaScript. Now, let's say, for instance, eh, in our program now, I want to work on this element here in JavaScript. The whole this element, I need to add ID. So if you notice, I already have the ID, right? ID of nav. You can, if you don't have it, if you don't have it, you can just say ID. Then you can add any name, nav. Now, I also need to also work on here because this is the button we are clicking on. I think I need to be seeing my browser. So this is the button you have been clicking on. So if you look at this button here, it's where I have this back menu. And this is the button I'm going to be clicking on. And I also want to call it in my JavaScript. I need to add ID. Are we together? Please, if you don't understand, don't say I'll go and watch the video and do the same thing. Please understand. Understand this I'm doing. It's very, very important. So the ID, yeah, I'm going to see add the same nav bar. I just need to have or nav bar or menu. Menu, menu bar. I don't need to add, like need the same menu bar here. Now you can see we have ID here. We have class here. If you come here and click on inspect, hmm? If you click on inspect, you will see we have what here? What do we have here? Eh? ID and menu bar. Good and fine. Now I want to call on this menu bar in JavaScript. I want to call this menu bar. Let's say I call like let's say Uzamaka. Uzamaka will answer yes. Are you getting me? Now, so I want to go and call this menu as Uzamaka. Let me call this menu now in JavaScript. So what we need to do, we go down to our JavaScript. Now, now I will not just call this Uzamaka, but I need to save this Uzamaka to somewhere. I need to save Uzamaka. This is back end, purely back end. So I'm doing this. I need to save Uzamaka. Like if I call Uzamaka, remember, before anybody can call your name, you must write your name down. And you will not just write it somewhere, you must write it in a paper. So that whenever you call, you want to use that name, you go there and check the name, right? Are we together? Like if you want to remember something, so that you do not need to store it in your head. You can write it down so that anytime you want, you go there and see it and read it. Maybe use that thing to do whatever you want to do, right? Or maybe search for the name. For you to search for that name, you must store it somewhere. So I want to store this Uzamaka in what we call variable. This is back variable means where you store things in the temporary store things. We want to temporarily store this thing so that we can use this thing whenever we want. So now I can say constant this. Eh? Then I want to give it any name I want. Like I want to save, I want to store it in any name, like any kind of name I want. Like we call it variable or var. Any name means variable means to store something in anything. Like you want to store Uzamaka now if you want to store Uzamaka, let me you have Uzamaka videos or pictures. You want to store it. You will use Uzamaka as the folder, right? Right. So I want to save it in a folder. Then when you call Uzamaka, create the folder. Then you now copy and paste that particular picture you want to save Uzamaka with. Is that clear? I hope. Please, it's only one person answering. Is that clear? Like our video serious. Okay, good. Please, not is getting clear. I want everybody to understand. Please understand. Now, okay, I want to create a folder now. I'm just using a folder as instant, a variable. Let's say the variable name should be Uzamaka. Should we use Uzamaka? Hmm? Okay. Let's be official, guys. Okay, let me use maybe say bar menu. Uh, let's say menu or any name, menu bar or any I'm gonna necessarily need to use the same name. I don't want to use the name I want, menu bar. Then assign equals to. Now I have create a folder where I want to save this ID, which is this ID here. Now, to call on this man, I need to call the menu bar. That means anything I call on this man, or whatever I do here would affect this particular logo. Are we together? Now, so I can say in Python we say document. That means what you are calling is a document. Are you getting me? This is a document. Document dots. Then get, yeah, get elements by ID, which is this ID here. Are you getting me? Get elements. This no, na respect to say this JavaScript. All right, get. What are we say? Okay, get elements. Get element by this ID. Are you getting me? This is ID I'm using. If I using class, I can see get element by class. I'm using ID. So what I need to do is that I open and close, then call the name of this man. Look at what I have here. I have a menu here. This is what I have. This is my ID, right? You can just copy and paste it here. Then put your and paste it here. That means I have called this man, this ID. Are we together? Are we together? Is there anything you don't understand? If you don't understand anything, please let me know. What you don't understand here? The floor is open. You can use single code, can use double code. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we are going to get the menu, um, get element of document, then our menu. I already done that. You can inspect for the purpose of those who didn't join the class. Then come to here, and then you see we have this menu. Let me just copy that. Then go back here. Menu. Okay, good and fine. Um, good and fine. Okay, let's fire down. Let's go back to our menu. Okay, now, what I want to do here is that let me see if these things are just called are working, like these buttons are working. So what I need to do is in JavaScript, that's what we call event listener. Now, event listener is that if you want to do something now, eh, you call it event listener. Like if you want to do something, eh, like let me just use a layman tab now. Eh, event listener is that like I want to work on this. What do I would really want to work on this? Do I want to click on this or do I want to highlight on this? Are we together? Do I want to click on this or I just want to highlight on this? Hmm? Now, event listener just like um I want to do something. Are you getting me? I will trigger events. I want to go to Ndufreke. I will have to call Ndufreke number. Those process of calling Ndufreke number, bringing my phone is events. Why when I dial in Ndufreke number, please mute your mic. Let me explain something. When I dial in Ndufreke number, that is event is taking place. Are we together? Huh? Are we together? Now, the event listener. Now, event listener just like to take I want to call Ndufreke. Now, I have to get my phone. When I get my phone, I die in the fake number. It's an event. Then now it's an event listener. The event listener comes with a properties. It can be click, it can be down button, or it can be highlight. When you highlight this element, what will happen? When you click on this button, what will happen? Are you getting me? So that is an event listener. Now I want to add event listener where that will enable us click on this button. So what I need to do, which element should I want to add event listener? Remember earlier, we stored some of our element with ID. We use a variable. Some we use menu bar, some we use nav bar. So I want to start with this menu bar. So what I need to do here, I say menu, I'll just see the name here. So let's dot. Hmm? I will say event listener. Event listener, capital letter. Listener. Are we together? Event, capital letter. N, capital letter. Listener. You can google that to confirm the spelling. All right. I don't know why it's not showing me. It's supposed to show me. Now, event listener. Um, so now the event listener have a properties function like this. Then that event listener, what do you want to do? Eh? You want to click. Like when you click on this man, hmm? Now we want to click on this man. Then clicking on this man, we need to create a. When you click on this man, it becoming more advanced now. So event listener, like we listen in the event, I want to click or call in the freq number. We are clicking on this man. Now when we click on this man, we need to create a function of what will happen. You can say function, you can write it this way, then of what will happen. Then in a function, when you write a function, you open these two brackets and enter. So this is actually a function. Now, so what we are doing here is that, yeah, yes, are we together? Okay, sorry guys. Right, this is the spelling, Abi. Uh, click, Abi. Okay, this is okay, Abi. All right. So now we're going to create a function. Now, what is a function? Hmm? A function is just like anything you want to do in back end. There must be a function that will trigger that action. So a function is just like writing your code in a book to be able to achieve a particular task. You want to achieve a particular something, you need to write a function for that. You want somebody to sign in your portal, you need to write a function for that. So this is how you can write function. You can either remove this or use this. Um, use equals to. This can also give you, I think this, right? I've forgotten how to write that, but that's a shortcut. I'm trying to implement a shortcut, but before we implement a shortcut, so you just write function. Now inside this function, put these two brackets. That is a function. Then just a function. Remember, event listener, we are going to click. When we click on this, what's going to happen? Now, I say when we click on this, let's try to click on this. Let's see what happens. Now, sometimes to view the element in your JavaScript, you need to come console. Now, when you come to console, you can now see if you're having error. Let me zoom this so you can understand. When you are writing JavaScript, it's good to come to console, inspect. Now remember, we are in element all this time. Come to console. Now I think we are having issue. Event listener is not a function, so we need to know if this calling is correctly spelled. We have to copy this and try to check the spelling. Event listing now. So let's check our spelling. Event listener is the same. So notwithstanding, let's complete our function. So our function is not yet completed. So another thing I'm going to do here, when we come back here, inside this function, I'm going to print something like if somebody click on this thing, it should show us click, like person is clicking on here. Click, 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 click. Are you getting me? Like if you click on it, it should just tell us a message. You send us a message here that somebody is clicking. So what I need to do is, in order to print something in JavaScript, use what we call console. In Python, use what we call print. In PHP, use what we call echo. Are we together? Are we getting there? Are we understanding at all? Okay. Now I want to say, okay, when somebody click on this particular button, it should print something for us. So what I will do is console.log, hmm, dot log. Then this is in this log. I open a bracket. This is where I want to, when somebody click on this button bar, I want to say, okay, I can say Uzo Amaka. Uzo Amaka, spell your name. Uzo. Uzo Amaka. Amaka. Uzamaka click. Uzamaka click. So it should just tell us Uzamaka click. So let's come back here and click on here and see what happened. Um, okay, let's reload. And we're having issue here. Say menu dot event listener, not a function. So basically we are having a problem here. So this is not a function. Um, let's try this. Event listener is not a function. Event listener. Mm, yes, event listener. The spelling is correct. We can just still copy it. Let's just copy this and hmm? Okay, add event listener, guys. Guys, this will be add event listener. Eh? Not event listener. So we add. So add event listener. That's what we need to do. Not event listener. Are we together? Um, um. So the function not event listener is add event listener. I think this is the main function here. Add event listener, not listener. So let's go back. Okay, you can see our error have disappeared, abi? Um, our error have disappeared, right? So let's click on this. So when I click on this, what do you notice? Um, if I click 7 times, if I clicking 12 times, if I take it easy. Now, want. Okay, so have you seen it? Uh, so what we did there was initially we so initially we used a wrong function. Should be event add event and event listener. So we use event. That's why we're having this error. So whenever you are writing JavaScript, you come here and see the error, unlike HTML. So obviously the back end is more easier than front end. So what anything you are doing, you will know when you have error. But in CSS and HTML, it's not like that. Are we getting the point now? So when we come here and reload and say okay, Ozamaka click me again. Genezi, Ozamaka is clicking. Right. So you can see it's working, right? Now, but this is not what we want to achieve. The reason why we decide to do this so that we can understand what we are doing, right? And please, this everybody who is in this class will understand the purpose of this code. Yeah, from here, we understand the function. Now, we have called the function of um this document here. If this one work, this one will also work. Now, what we want to do now is that we want to when somebody click on this button, we want to display or show that our nav menu, which is this nav menu here. Let me come back to my element here, which is this nav menu. Are we together? Are we together? So when somebody click on this, I want them to show our nav menu. Okay, we are still recording. We not stop the recording moment from now so that it not end by itself. Now, I want when somebody click on this, I want it to show the nav what? The nav menu. So what we need to do is that, remember, we already have the nav menu here. So let me comment on this. We don't need this Amaka something. Let's comment on this. Now, what I need to do, yes, what I need to do is that um it's very simple. So what I need to do now is to, if somebody click on here, we'll say okay, nav hmm, dot. And we also need to add a class. We want to know what is class, right? We don't want to add a class in HTML. We want to add a class in CSS. So I add a class. Uh, Add class list. Hmm? To add a class, you use class list. Like I will show you when I'm done. You see the class. I will come here and decide, okay, I want to add class of active. Now, when we come back here, in our UL, watch and see something now. I want to show you the class I just added. Um, okay, let's finish up so that our class will show class list. Then now in that class list dot toggle, hmm? Class list dot toggle EOG I will be able to have the toggle here now. Toggle supposed to come up. Toggle. Abi? So, so let me show you guys something. The cloud is not adding. It should be able to add. Are you sure we are doing the same thing? The right thing? Coming? Yes, 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 yes. Let's say nav dot the add. No, it's class. Class name. Um, class name dot toggle. I think it should be class name dot. I'm coming. Class list. Sorry, guys. Dot. Okay, this is the right. Dot toggle. So to class list dot toggle. Then let's just use any name active. Now let me show you something. No, so I can show you guys something. Go back to all right. We should be able to have okay. We should be able to have this. Let me reload, guys. Let me reload, and we should be able to have the class list. Okay, we need to add the class list in our HTML before it can work. So now what happened here is that we need to add in our HTML. What happened here is that we added a class of toggle class. Toggle class, you know, who can explain what is toggle? Like this toggle. Can somebody explain what is toggle? Eh? Can anybody know what is toggle? Okay, toggle just like a toggle bar, like opening and closing. Are we together? So when you click on this, it will either open or closes. So we added a class of active. We can change this class to anything, but we added a class of active. Now you need to add this class. Now this class of active now, listen, this class of active now is added inside our UL, which is UL. What is our UL again? It's added inside this UL. Now, it's added inside the UL. We're going to see what I'm trying to explain. Now, what we are going to do, this class in JavaScript now automatically is added here, this particular class. So what we need to do is to go back to our CSS and say dot active display to block. So display to block now, with whenever we click on this class, it will display to block. So what we did there was we call on this particular um, um, nav bar, this nav menu. Then we say when somebody click on this nav menu, remember we click on it earlier, which we use console.log to confirm. Now when you click on it will click on this nav bar, it should display this man here, which is we use this toggle. But displaying that we need to save, we need to call in a class, which is this nav active. Let's go back to our okay CSS. We are doing this in HTML. Then down to our CSS, what I will do is that I need to add this nav.active, then display to block. Now this is what we have here. Now let me show you guys something. Let me reload. Let's try to click on this. Let's click it back. Now if I click on this now, do you see what we have here? The class of active. Eh? If I remove it, you see the class of active now goes back to normal nav bar. Are we together? Please, people should respond now. Ah, no, no. Okay, now when you come here, click on it, see what happened. Are you seeing it? Eh? Now, if you remove this man and click on here, nothing going to happen. Remember, we store this variable here. Sorry, we store this class here. Toggle bar is mean click, toggle when you click, open, click, open. That is what you need. Class This class list, we're adding this class list. It should only be active whenever we click on this element. It will have a toggle bar. So for that to be active, we need to come into our what's that call it? And add active. Remember earlier, we hide our menu. So when we click on here, it should display. When we click on here, it should hide. When we click on here, it should display. When we click on here, it should hide. Are we together? I don't know how you want me to explain it again. So